Hello, I'm Andi and I'm going to read to your program called Tarot Monthly Horoscope September 2018, and this is for you coming from Scorpio. So let me shuffle my cards, and the first card that I'm going to pull will be all about your first 15 days in September, and I'm going to tackle your job area firstly for you coming from Scorpio. And it really is a beautiful card. You're going to get whatever you want in your ongoing job, and if you're looking for a new job, I would say go for it and see whether you can get also what you want. So it's a card of success where job is concerned, whether a new job you're wanting, whether the ongoing job, you're going to get plenty of promotions as well. What a beautiful card that is to get your month of September of shooting off in the first 15 days. Next card I'm going to pull will be to do with business, and it says new businesses, no, but ongoing business will grow very beautifully for you. So don't bother about venturing into new things. Tell yourself there will be a demand enough for what you are doing, because I suppose the ongoing business is the card of the unknown and you will not know how it's going to turn out. So play safe, and what you have in your hands, consolidate, which means build on it. So ongoing business will do very well in the first 15 days for you. General financial situation, this is the card, is a card of infinity. So go and see your bank manager and you're going to get some money from your bank manager. Get investors coming in and they will. Ask people to pour money into your business and they will. So it's such a beautiful card to show that you can get all the help you want in your business area and general financial area and your job area. How nice is that? Now I'm going to talk to you about your first 15 days again regarding the romance firstly. And let's see what you get. Complications is what you got. So there is a complication of an ongoing romance. And what might be the complication? You have to discuss it. Because it's the card that says somehow the seed planted already with the ongoing romance doesn't want to grow. So why doesn't it want to grow? What are the difficulties? Communicate. The sign of Mercury is here, so immediately I will say communicate, find out what is the problem and try and cure it. Okay, you try and cure it as soon as you can. It's very curable. You just have to sort out some issues. It's not a bad card in that sense, but it says somehow the romance is not growing very nicely for you coming from Scorpio. Let me pull a card about the possibility of a new romance. That's what it says. Well, this is a much better card for a new romance. So you can find a new romance very nicely coming into your life. And by all means, it says you may have to look very far. So what does that mean? Is that person coming from very far? Or is it somebody you knew from your past? So there's a connection from this person. But the bottom line is a new romance will come your way very easily if you find it, and it will be a good one. So it's the ongoing romance that needs some help. I'm going to pull a card now about your marriage, and there's nothing wrong with this card. So it's going to be for you coming from Scorpio. Oh, sorry, I'm just detecting some signs here. There is a problem. So it says your ongoing marriage has a problem. So be very careful. You got to put your finger on it and find out why. It's a card of mystery. So you'll have to be your own detective. And if you know what's the problem and you can bring it up, it's a better. So it's not totally a washout card. It's a card that says there is a problem and there's a possibility to cure it. So you can't take things for granted in your marriage. You got to find out why your marriage partner is not happy about something or another. Or perhaps you are not happy about something or another, then just bring up the issue and just talk about it. So it needs a little bit of help where the marriage is concerned. Let me pull a card. This is for general family areas and includes your parents, and it includes your siblings, and it says don't include them because they will complicate matters a lot. So leave your parents out of it, leave your siblings out of this problem. There's one thorny issue. So you got to sort it out, and you are able to sort it out. Now, I'm going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to start talking about your lucky dates. I'll talk about your last 15 days a bit later. All right, now your lucky dates based on this card for you coming from Scorpio. I'm going to go for the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, and the 31st. Because this card shows the unknown. So these numbers are always the unpredictable numbers. The 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, and the 31st. So on these dates, you can get either problems or you can get advantage. So you got to be very cautious. So yes, they are your lucky dates, but they can also draw in the unexpected difficulties. So it's a bit dicey on this score. So as you go into the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, and 31st, try and be alert to see what might go wrong and keep away, and what might be good and go for it. I'm going to shuffle this first, hang on. I'm going to talk to you about your lucky ages. So pick it, a gift shuffle. And your lucky ages with this card for you coming from Scorpio. Let me see. Well, I'm going to settle for if you happen to be the ages of 17 or 26 or 35 or 44 or 53 or 62 or 71, then you're going to have plenty of good luck come your way. If you're of these ages, whether in the new romance, the ongoing romance, the marriage, whether for the job, the business, it's a long-term card. So something very good can be started and created, and it will go pretty long-term for you if you're of these ages in any area of your life. Now I'm pulling another card, and I'm going to use it for your health areas, for you coming from Scorpio. Well, firstly, it's the area of love, which is going to cause you a lot of pain. That could give you gastric, I suppose. Could give you migraine, I suppose. Could give you lots of ill feeling. So it's got to do with emotions, firstly. And so watch out that emotional areas can have a toll on your physical area or mental area as well. And the other thing which I worry about could be your feet. Extremities, so I'm going to your feet, or perhaps fingers as well. And there's something not right. Could it be blood circulation, or could be that it's going to be knocked somewhere or cut somewhere. So be very careful of your feet and your hands and fingers, I would say. Now I'm going to shuffle these cards and talk to you about your last 15 days. And firstly, talk about your job. For your last 15 days, you coming from Scorpio. Well, there is one issue about your job which might cause you to even lose your job. So you be very careful that one mistake made will become very serious, and there will be a flurry of bad news against you. But it also says that the problem is curable. But why let the problem in the first place begin? So you got to be very careful in the last 15 days where the job is concerned. Don't make mistakes, or you will have to have a lot of trouble to cure it. But it's curable. You may not have to lose the job. We'll pull another card to talk about your business areas. This is a beautiful card. It's all about money. So it says, while you may have to spend money, you will also make money. So spending could be investing money, or spending could be having to get more staff or having to invest. But you are going to get some very good news in your last 15 days, it says. I'm talking about financially in the area of business. So you're going to make money, the possibilities are there. But be careful, I have to point out that there is a mistake that can be made as well. So be very careful in the last 15 days where business is concerned, and you will be able to do well. Although money has got to be outlaid, or maybe money could be lost as well. So it's tricky. But I am more positive with this card. So I will say, even if you have to invest, take the risk, and you may just get some good news coming your way. No harm being a bit careful as well. your business. Let's see what the general finances say. All right, we may just have a solution here with the general finances. It says you are not ready for something. So you are not ready for perhaps venturing into a new business or to invest in a new business. Maybe that's what we are looking for, the message. So you need to do a lot of research, and don't be impulsive, don't be hasty, don't be impatient for new possibilities in business. So I think the solution is here. All right. Now I'm going to talk about your romance for the last 15 days. And regarding your romance, let's pull this card. Well, let me start again. The new romance is a problem. The ongoing romance is more stable. So why is the new romance a problem? It says that you inherit trouble and you're going to have a lot of opposition and stubbornness and all that verbal argument. So study the person before you embrace the person. Some problems are there. But if it's an ongoing romance, then it is more stable. Some things have to be sorted out. And it's got to do firstly with Mercury, so it's finance. And then it's got to do with Jupiter, and that means control. So don't be the control freak with your ongoing romance. Share the responsibilities, share the advice, share the planning. And that way your ongoing romance will improve more and more. Let me pull the card for marriage for you in your last 15 days. This is a much more stable card. Much more stable card. So long-term areas are more stable. So you will be able to build on. If there's anything about marriage here, my worry is about the health areas from this card. So something, either your health or your partner's health or your children's health or your parents' health or your siblings' health, somewhere the health area is putting a lot of stress. Could it be financially as well? So something can go very wrong. But overall, where your marriage is concerned, I like this card very much. And you will be able to get things going on a long-term basis very nicely. Let me pull a card to see about the general family, which includes siblings and parents. And there's so much harmony here. So there we go. So it's all right, your last 15 days, a little bits of problem, but there's a lot of harmony long-term. Short-term, in the 15 days, you may have differences with each other, wherever the family is concerned. But long-term, you're going to be extremely happy. So this is a very good card for that. Well, that's what I have to tell you for the month of September. I'm already Skyping and I'm charging USD 50 for a 90-minute Skype session. And during this 90 minutes, I'm going to talk to you about your next 7 or 8 years in detail, age by age, calendar year by calendar year. And that's going to be based on your date of birth and your time of birth, and looking at your palms and face reading you while I Skype you as well, or on Facebook camera or on WhatsApp. And so a lot of information is going to be given to you. I'll give you your lucky lottery numbers based on your date of birth, time of birth and palms, and that'll be for the rest of your life. And you can compare those numbers every month when I'm giving them for general people in Scorpio. And so you'll be able to plan all that very beautifully for yourself, and your lucky numbers and your lucky directions and your lucky colors and your lucky gemstones and a lot of other things. So basically, I'll get your next 7 or 8 years and show you how you can get very lucky. You can ask me all the questions you want during that 90 minutes. And it will be a great experience for you to know how to tackle that 7-8 year period and how to get things right. And I'll talk to you of how to improve yourself as well. So go to Facebook. Well, that's going to cost you 50 USD. Go to Facebook, go to Skype, leave me an email and I'll come back to you as soon as possible, and let's get it going. All for USD 50 to know your next 7 or 8 years. It will be a pleasure to meet you, you coming from Scorpio. Until then, thank you and good luck.